honored faculty members, special invitees, students, and the heroes of today's function, the final year batch students. Ladies and gentlemen, let me reply to the toast that was given and including a flower bouquet. फूल लेकर फूल आए, फूल लेकर फूल आए, फूल से मैंने कहा, फूल लेकर फूल आए, फूल से मैंने कहा, फूल क्यों लाए हो साहब, तुम तो खुद फूल हो. And this is a wonderful company and an august occasion wherein it will be memorable for the final year students because they are parting. And it is an occasion wherein, as rightly pointed out by the MC, it is the mixed feelings of the joy and the sorrow. And in the words of a poet, अब के बिछड़े तो शायद कभी ख्वाबों में मिले, अब के बिछड़े तो शायद कभी ख्वाबों में मिले, जैसे सूखे हुए फूल किताबों में मिले. अब के बिछड़े तो शायद कभी ख्वाबों में मिले, जिस तरह सूखे हुए फूल किताबों में मिले, ढूंढ उजड़े हुए लोगों में वफा की मोती, ढूंढ उजड़े हुए लोगों में वफा के मोती, मुमकिन है खजाने तुझे ख्वाबों में मिले. और इस खित्ते पे मैं आपकी तवज्जो चाहता हूँ. देखिए शायर का अंदाज भी कैसा है. न तू खुदा है, न तू खुदा है, न तेरा प्यार फरिश्तों जैसा, न तू खुदा है, न तेरा प्यार फरिश्तों जैसा, दोनों इंसान हैं तो क्यों इतने हिजाबों में मिले. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think so the enough poetry which I will consider it again, time and again, and today is a very auspicious occasion for the final year students, because their carefree life is coming to an end and their responsible life is going to begin. It is the mixed feelings of what is past and the future, and they are now sandwiched in the present, and there are a lot of responsibilities. Being head of the university, it is desirable that I should talk something about academics, though for a couple of minutes. Everyone are aware of it, that the history of medicine is the history of the mankind. And the history of the Unani comes not from the Greek, but even it dates back to the Egyptian and Babylonian civilization. It was the Egyptians who mastered the art to control the microorganisms, and the best example I can quote would be that the degradation of the proteins, the body, they would able to control the degradation for years, not years, for centuries, not even centuries, for eras. And that was the mastery that Egyptians had, and the best example is the mummies. It is these mummies which gives a tremendous amount of challenge even to the present day microbiologist, who will not able to understand how important it is to arrest the degradation of the proteins. This is a wonderful aspect. And it is through this, and it is there you will see that the recipes which they were using to control the degradation of the microorganisms were derived from the herbs and shrubs, and including the trees. And this was taken clue by the Greek people, and that's why in Arabic, Greek is considered to be the Yunan. You have this background in this, and you will see that Hippocrates, though he is considered to be the father of this Unani medicine, but it was transferred and it was also promoted by Avicenna. And mostly that we are today in India, we are proud of it, that we are the one, and our earlier medieval period kings who patronized this system of Unani were the one which made that the maximum number of the practitioners and also the users of these Unani medicines are in India. So it is no more it is a Greek, it is no more it is a contribution of the Egyptian or Babylonian civilization. It is only due to the patronage. Though it had a setback after the fall of Indian Empire to the British imperialism in 1857, But nevertheless, there were many of the people, particularly in the north and including the south, including the Nizams, who still continued their efforts to see that this type of medicine should survive. And thanks to Mr. Ajmal Khan, who is considered to be the father of Unani of the modern India, who is we have the Hamdard, and the part of it is the history of how it went about it. Now what is important, the challenges. The challenges before the Unani doctors is, though the permission has been granted for you to practice even allopathy type of medicines, but the real challenge for the allopathy, Unani or for Ayurveda or even Ayush doctors would be to see that how the disadvantages or the disasters or the side effects created by the allopathy type of medicines could be supplemented or could be eradicated by the Ayush type of medicine, including Unani. We have a wonderful approach. Though in Ayurveda we have the doshas, here you have the phlegms, and there are other 4 characteristics. I will not go much into the detail because it's not the time or not an academic function that we'll have to go into the details of the history and the various insights. But one thing is sure for certain, the challenges which the Ayurveda and Unani doctors are facing would be how to make an integrated approach to see that some of the fallacies or some of the faults or some of the disasters created by the allopathy of medicines could be supplemented or could be parted with including the Unani medicines and Ayurveda medicine. Though there are the disadvantages include that there is no validation, but still one thing is sure for certain, that we have now the resurgence of 2 types of medicines called the traditional Chinese medicine and traditional Indian type of medicines, which traditional Indian type of medicine includes all the Ayush, Ayurveda, yoga and everything. In this context, we cannot forget even the Tibet type of medicines, which also talks about the wellness. Short while ago, Mr. Mishra was talking about it. Well, what I would like to impress upon is, it is the whole world is now looking to the East to how to supplement it, how to combat, and how to accept the Herculean task, the disasters that is created by the allopathy type of medicines. And one way you are to doing is to how to just complement this allopathy with the Unani or Ayurveda and to see that some of the side effects could be withstand. For example, even today, for the knee problems or for the arthritis problem, there is no satisfactory allopathy type of medicine, though they have gone very much advanced in surgery, no doubt about it. Surgery was also there in Ayurveda. It has been recorded in 6th century BC, it's not a new thing. Plastic surgery which you are talking about today is a part of Indian traditions, which we have already there as a part of the literature and a part of the scientific documents. What I am trying to impress upon you is particularly the Unani medicine doctors, that when you go, how you are going to validate you are this one. You are talking of not taking a principal component from the herbs or shrubs. You are giving the complete, which you call it as the word salim. And the advantages of it, unlike the allopathy type of medicines, is they take the principal component and they try to treat it. But please understand, when you take this whole complete as a comprehensive, you will see that that is more advantageous as far as the long remedial measures are concerned. The best example I can quote would be, if you are talking of the turmeric. Turmeric contains a very active component called curcumin. Curcumin is the one which is considered to be a relief for more than 20 to 30 diseases. But the use of the turmeric has been there in our Indian traditions for centuries. What is the difference between? Curcumin is the principal component, but when we talk is of the turmeric, 95% of this, other than curcumin, cannot be considered as a waste. They contains the secondary and tertiary metabolites, which will compensate to the side effects. This is exactly what needs to be developed in India. We need to validate it. For example, if you are making only turmeric powder, how you are going to validate the quality? Quality control is outdated. It is the quality assurance which is becoming important. The professor of pharmacy is here. You are aware of it whenever you are talking of a component in the pharmacy. We take it for granted. 99.9% pure is the component, but nobody is bothered about 99.9%. Now what they are insisting is what is the 0.1%, and that is what is called as the impurity profile. Likewise, whenever you are trying to just build up, it is not only you are the practitioners, you should be the knowledge producers, and you should come out with the new formulations, new modulations, new recipes as to how to market this Unani type of medicines and Ayush type of medicines, or the type of methodology that we are just doing it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, not to go much into the details because it's a very interesting topic and it is very tempting for me because I've been working on the nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals are the part which is now $720 billion market in India, in the world, out of which India contributes to $220 billion. It's a big market. And the nutraceuticals are nothing but the nutritional compounds like turmeric, and all the principal components are taken from it, and then they are fit into the pharmacological model and they become a nutraceutical. That is the important one. How we can bridge this nutraceuticals, which is now upcoming field in the West, and along with the Unani and Ayurveda to be joining to see that we can develop our own type of medicines to cater to the needs of the problems faced by the whole world, 7 billion population. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time is on. You all have to go. Anyhow, you have completed. Let me congratulate all the students and including their parents, the faculty members, for giving a successful training to the best of their capacity, best of their ability, and best of their facilities available to them. Nevertheless, it's up to you how to take forward all the years to come, how you are going to contribute positively. And it is in this context, we will have to just see that, in fact, I wanted to just interact with this, most of the 2016-17 batches. Somehow I could not do it. It reminds me of a couplet, "Yun milke bichhad gayi nazrein." Just I used to come and just interact only in "Yun milke bichhad gayi nazrein, dil se dil hum kalam ho na saka." यूं मिलके बिछड़ गई नजरें, दिल से दिल हम कलाम हो न सका, हाय मजबूरियां मोहब्बत की, हाथ उठे पर सलाम हो न सका. So thank you very much. This is the last couplet which I will be giving it, and this you will have to take as your guidance in your future. मंजिल से आगे बढ़कर मंजिल तलाश कर, मंजिल से आगे बढ़कर मंजिल तलाश कर, मिल जाए तुझको दरिया तो समंदर तलाश कर. मंजिल से आगे बढ़कर मंजिल तलाश कर, मिल जाए तुझको दरिया तो समंदर तलाश कर. हर शीशा टूट जाता है पत्थर की चोट से, हर शीशा टूट जाता है पत्थर की चोट से, पत्थर ही टूट जाए वो शीशा तलाश कर. थैंक यू वेरी मच.